Chapter 15. This is the last chapter of the food certification. Local laws. Okay. Local Law 47. The New York City Smoke-Free Air Act. Smoke-Free Air Act. Effective March 30th, 2003, amendments to Smoke-Free Air Act are being enforced. What businesses are affected? The law, which came into effect on March 30th, 2003, requires virtually all establishments and businesses with employees to be smoke-free. Damn, no smoking. Smoking is prohibited in all of the following establishments: all food service establishments, restaurants, and catering halls, or bars, including bars and restaurants, membership associations, or areas of theaters, shopping malls and retail stores where goods are sold or rented to the public, sports arenas, roller and ice skating rinks, billiard parlors, bingo halls, bowling establishments, and other similar places. Oh my God, you can't smoke nowhere. New York City Smoke-Free Air Act, Local Law 47 of 2002. No smoking. This is a smoke-free establishment. All right, here's some kind of sticker here. Reporting violations. To comply with the law. Talk with your customers about the law. Post no smoking signs at all entrances as required, including bathrooms, bulletin boards, the bar, and other prominent places. 3. Discuss the law with employees, including what they should do to comply with the law. God. Request any person smoking to refrain from smoking inside the workplace. Failure to inform a customer that he or she is violating the law results in failure of the inspection. Refer to the law and to customer service policy when dealing with refusals to abstain from smoking in the workplace. If a person refuses to stop smoking, request the person leave the premises or refuse service to that person. Okay. Request staff to report all problem cases directly to the management or owner of the business. All right, number 4, remove all ashtrays from the premises as required. Ashtrays are a tacit invitation to smoke. The placement of ashtrays in indoor areas where smoking is prohibited will result in failure of the inspection. Last but not least, number 5, contact the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene for additional information and compliance support at this number 1-877-1877, New York City, NYC, DOH 7. In addition to the department's website, NewYorkCity.gov Health will be updated with the most certain information. Wow, no smoking nowhere. Exceptions where you can. The law defines rare exceptions to the smoke-free policy, including tobacco bars, cigar bars that were in existence on December 31st, 2001 that sell or rent tobacco products and devices and that derive 10% or more of their income from these sales or rentals. All right, next, nonprofit membership associations with no employees. Okay, so if you had a tobacco bar that happened on or before December 31st, 2001, it's got to be really old, and a nonprofit associated with no employees, that's the only two circumstances you can have smoking. All of the above facilities must apply for an exemption and register with the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. 25% of outdoor seats can be designated for smoking purposes under certain conditions. Right? Penalties. Each violation will be subject to fines. First violation, civil penalties of not less than $200 and not more than $400. Second violation, within 12 months of the first violation, civil penalties of not less than $500 and not more than $1,000. Third or subsequent violation, within 12 months of the first violation, civil penalties of not less than $1,000 and not more than $2,000. All right. And last, the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene may suspend or revoke the permit of an establishment that is found in violation of the law on 3 separate occasions within a 12-month period. If you got a tobacco bar that happened on or before 2001, then it's worth millions, not billions. Enforcement. The New York City Department of Mental Health Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, Bureau of Food Safety and Community Sanitation is responsible for enforcement of the law as part of its current inspection operation for restaurants and other service establishments. Enforcement began on March the 30th, 2003. Man, that sucks. Membership associations and tobacco bars must apply for and register as an exempt entity with the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene after the regulations implementing the amended law become effective. Instructions for applying for an exemption are available on the department's website at newyorkcity.gov/health. About the law. Local Law 47, the New York City Smoke-Free Air Act, was signed into law on December 30th, 2002. Who did this? Was it Bloomberg? The act prohibits smoking in virtually all workplaces in the city of New York, including many places where smoking had previously been permitted. This law ensures to the greatest extent possible that no person's work-related duties require exposure to secondhand smoke. All work sites are required to develop, distribute, and post their smoke-free policy in accordance with the law, which became effective March 30th, 2003. Who was mayor? Giuliani, either Giuliani or Bloomberg. Guys suck. Why the law is needed. Tobacco use is the leading epidemic of our time, killing more than 440,000 people nationwide each year. Last year, approximately 1,000 New Yorkers died because of exposure to secondhand smoke. So they're saying secondhand smoke is what's killing them. Local Law 67, Tobacco Vending Machine Regulations. Distribution of tobacco products through vending machines is prohibited in all food service establishments except taverns, also known as bars. A tavern is an establishment where alcoholic beverages are sold and served for on-site consumption, and in which the service of food, if served at all, is all incidental to the sale of such beverages. Service of food shall be considered incidental if the food generates less than 40% of total annual gross sales. Okay, so they're regulations by sales percentages. Next, check page 5. Taverns that operate a cigarette vending machine must ensure that the vending machine, 1, is placed at least 25 feet from any entrance to the premises and directly visible by the owner or his employee, his or her employee. 2, has a sign affixed to it which is visible to the public that identifies the wholesale or retail dealers. Cigarette license number, expiration date of license number, license holder's name, place of business, phone number, and last, has a third sign that states that the sale of cigarettes to minors is prohibited. The sign must be in red lettering on a white card. It must be displayed conspicuously. This sign is available free of charge at the Department of Consumer Affairs, 42 Broadway, New York City. Here is the sign. So cigarette license number, expiration date, license holder name, place of business, phone number. All right. And it minor is prohibited. All right. Next. Page 6. Regulations restricting the sale of tobacco products to minors. Local Law 83. This is Local Law 83, Sale of Tobacco to Minors Act. Ooh, you're in trouble selling to kids. Retail sellers of tobacco products are prohibited, and I mean prohibited, from selling tobacco products to persons less than 18 years of age. Sales may be made only to individuals who provide a driver's license or other photo identification issued by a government entity or school indicating that the person is at least 18 years of age. Okay. No employee under the age of 18 is permitted to sell, dispense, or handle tobacco products unless that employee is under the direct supervision of the retailer or another employee who is at least 18 years of age and is on the premises. Sales of cigarettes or other tobacco products that have been removed from packaging that bears the health warning is prohibited. All right. Next, retailers must post a sign in a conspicuous place with the following statement. Sale of cigarettes, tobacco, cigars, chewing tobacco, powder tobacco, or other. This red sign here to persons under 18 is prohibited by law. The sign referred to above can be obtained by contacting the Department of Health Complaints and Information Bureau at 212-442-1838. If you wish to post your own sign, the law requires that the sign be printed on a white card in red letters at least 1/2 inch in height.